Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and I'm very dejected, Steve, because the Lions have managed to throw away their first win in the Rainbow Cup SA as the Stormers came back and Tim Sweel kicked a last minute penalty to win the game 39 points to 37. A brilliant game, but really was a throwaway from the Lions, who had opened up an 8-point advantage with 5 minutes to go and managed to throw it away. They managed to, after spending 2 minutes just keeping phases, maintaining possession, conceded a penalty literally as the hooter was going. Herschel Yankees actually ended up winning the penalty. The Stormers then managed to get to the Lions half. The Lions conceded another penalty, and Tim Sweel did the rest. So heartbreak for the Lions. A very important victory for the Stormers, who I think would have been under a lot of criticism had they lost that game, because when you look at the two teams, the Lions shouldn't have been that much in it. And I think that the Lions probably were the better side overall, especially in that second half. But I suppose a game where the halves mirrored each other, because I think the Lions were very opportunistic in the first half, and then the Stormers became very opportunistic in the second half. So before we break the game down, look at some stats. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Right, so the first half, it was a very interesting performance. You know, the Lions ended up going in 22 points to 15 at half time. So if we look at some of the events, we saw a penalty from Abner van Renen nice and early, and then another penalty from Jordan Hendrickson, who I thought was potentially one of the best players in the park today. I thought he was brilliant for the Lions. I mean, on debut, 19 years old, and he looked completely at home. Much more in the mold of Alton Yankees, and I think he was a big reason why the Lions were back to playing a very exciting round of rugby today. Similarly, then took a very opportunistic try with an interception in the 12th minute, which Hendrickson then converted, before Dan du Plessis scored his first try of the day, ended up scoring second two in the 18th minute. MJ Pulso then went over in the 21st minute, a very nice chip ahead by Andrew Warner, and then supported him by Jordan Hendrickson, who eventually got a nice chicken wing pass out to MJ Pulso, so it was a try assist for the young fly half. And then in the 31st minute, Bongi Manambi went over, Abner van Renen converted, and then E.W. Viljoen went over right before half time. Some very, very nice slick handling from the Lions before that, and in the build-up to that try, and Viljoen was quick enough to get away from Wille Engelbrecht and score with Jordan Hendrickson pulling that conversion. After the half-time, I said that the Lions needed to score first. They didn't. Marcel Tennyson went in through some shambolic defending by the Lions, which I think is pretty much the theme of the day. I think if you look at the Lions' tries, you can't really fault defense so much for the Stormers, because, I mean, it was a chip in behind, an intercept, some very, very good handling, and then a very good break down the right there. So I think maybe the only try that you can fault the Stormers' defense was the second Andre Warner try right up against the line. But apart from that, you know, it was very good play by the Lions. Whereas I think if you look at the Stormers' tries, you've got to look at first-time tackling and one-on-one tackling. That's what really let the Lions down. So Warner went over in the 51st minute, which Hendrickson converted. But then Edwin van der Merwe, I mean, it was a good take from Damien Willemse on the 60th minute. He went inside. Edwin van der Merwe stepped inside Pulser. I don't know who he stepped inside in the second one, but whoever it is, that was the reason why. Because Edwin van der Merwe had all the space, and he just rounded W. Viljoen before going over. And then a lot of changes came in, and the Lions took a penalty in the 70th minute to try and get a bit of a lead. Before a brilliant try by Ralph Makwana, which was all done by Morne van den Berg. A huge scrum by the Lions replacement front row. Klabakanya, Ruan Dreyer, PJ Buerta, Willem Alberts. It was a massive, massive effort. Morne van den Berg went down the blind side and popped it outside to Makwana, who then had the pace. But, you know, with the 3 minutes to go, you know, the Lions were hitting Stormers in the back foot. Tim Sweel cross kick, Edwin van der Merwe, very nice take. And then inside went Johan de Toy, and the Lions probably just guilty of overcommitting in the first tackle. And Johan de Toy ran about 30-40 meters, was chased down, brought down by Hendrickson, and then passed over the top to Dan du Plessis, who went over for a second try. It was an easy conversion from Tim Sweel, and then, as we just heard, the story at the end. So disappointing from the Lions, who I think will look at that as a big opportunity lost, because if you look at the possession, they had 69% possession in that second half. Overall, it's 59-41. But as I said, that second half possession, 69 possession for the Lions. Also, territory, 72% possession. The Lions were all over the Stormers in that second half, but the tackling wasn't good enough, and that was the problem. If you look at the tries, it's just tackling where's the issue. They each scored 5 tries. Look, it was a fantastic game to watch. I mean, 39 points to 37. You're not going to complain about that. But teams in terms of meters run, Lions 470, the Stormers 561. Defenders beaten 17 for the Lions, 27 for the Stormers. And that's to say, 27 defenders beaten by the Lions, or by the Stormers against the Lions. 7 line breaks for the Stormers, 6 from the Lions, 17 offloads to 11 from the Stormers. Turnovers 1, the Lions won 8, the Stormers won 6. 36 kicks from hand from the Lions, very territory-driven game, and I thought Jordan Henderson, he's got a huge boot, was a big part of that. Your try scorers were, as I said, Jordan Henderson scored a lot of points for the Lions. The 5 try scorers for the Lions were Similarity, Palster, for Ewan, Warner, McQuana. For the Stormers, it was Bongi Vanambi, Marcel Tennyson, Edel van der Merwe, Daniel Bassi scored a brace. Tackles missed, and this tells the story. The Lions missed 65% of their tackles, making 51 of 78. The Stormers were asked to make 136 tackles and made 120 at a success rate of 88%. Which is why I said you can't really blame the defense, their tackling at least, for those tries, because they were very well worked tries by the Lions. Goal kick success rate was 63% for the Lions, 86% for the Stormers. They were much easier kicks. I'm not going to say that Jordan Henderson could have done better, because they were very difficult kicks that he missed. The lineouts of the Lions were a bit of an issue. They lost 2 lineouts, so the Stormers won 16 out of 16, but scrums were immense by the Lions. 100% scrum success rate, 6 out of 6. The Stormers won just 50% of their scrums. So yeah, it's a frustrating game, and I think the big performers, you look at Dan du Plessis, he scored a brace. So if you look at his day, he 1 clean break, 100% tackle success rate. He only had to make 2, but 2 defenders beaten, 2 offloads, 1 clean break, 62 meters run with the ball, 4 tackles, 3 turnovers, 1, and 2 tries. A brilliant performance by him. Equally, I was very impressed with Jordan Hendrickson, who had a try assist, made 9 passes, 2 offloads, 1 defender beaten. Didn't miss a tackle, made 6 out of 6 tackles, 1 turnover as well. At just 19, I thought he was very impressive. But, yeah, it's a game where I think the Lions will be kicking themselves. They should have won that game, and they'll know they should have won that game. So, if you didn't look at the positive and sit there saying, well, the Lions played against the Stormers, which I think, like for like, player for player, were a better side on paper, but they didn't win the game, and that's the biggest thing. It's not enough to keep saying, well, you can find some positives. There were some good positives. The Lions played really well. But if you're going to make mistakes like that, then you deserve to be punished. That's what they did. First time tackling. Edel van der Merwe and Marcel Tennyson, those tries should not have been scored. Those are just really, really bad tackling. So you don't concede those 2 tries, you win games. So for the Lions, a bit like the Lions of old, they were trying to outscore their opponents, and they couldn't. So I really enjoyed the fact that they were back to playing an open brand of rugby, throwing the ball around, and it paid dividends. But their defense has to be better. For the Stormers, ironically, a bit of a different situation to last week. Last weekend, they completely dominated possession. They completely dominated territory, but they didn't have any X factor. They couldn't break down the defense. This weekend, we're under a lot of pressure in that second half, and yet continue to find ways back into the game. I thought Edel van der Merwe, he will walk into that team of the week, as will Dan du Plessis, because they were very good. Rick Pretorius as well, making some very nice breaks. So the Stormers looked a lot better at finding gaps in that Lions defense today, which I think was pretty easy. It was about as solid as a sieve. So, yeah, it's a big victory for the Stormers, because I think a loss would have been a lot of pressure on that coaching staff. For the Lions, a lot of positives, but again, you've got to learn to win those games. So, very interesting side. Let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Smash like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back with Team of the Week and all that stuff, as well as Bulls versus Sharks reaction. So, make sure you are tuned in for that. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.